Good morning, Motormouth here. Family day in Ontario, coffee in hand, and I've got a controversial question for you. Can you really look cool in a minivan? What's the garb? Like, what's your shtick? What do you got to wear? What do you got to do in order to pull that off and look super cool as a mom or a dad behind the wheel of a minivan? Yeah. Send your comments through our Car Connection businessnetwork.com website. There's a website form there, or you can always pull down a video on our YouTube channel and throw something in the comments. How do you pull that one off? Can you really look cool in a minivan? Yeah, they're really child haulers, grocery getters. I call it going for the big GG, the grub grab, hockey bag transporters, mobile daycares on wheels. But hey, maybe style is in the driver and not the vehicle. Yeah, if you're comfortable, send us over a selfie behind the wheel of your minivan and let us in on the concept. How can you really pull that one off and look like, man, you're a jammin' mama or a papa behind the wheel, looking so cool. Right on. So here's my challenge. Tell me how you dress, what gear you roll with, and how you set up your ride so you look cool behind the wheel of a minivan. Because minivans are not for everybody. But maybe cool is subjective. Yeah. Let me know what you think on that one. I really like to pull that one off, Been a tech for over 44 years, and yeah, I've driven a lot of minivans, and I feel awkward. That's all I'm going to say. It's like, okay, everything's running well. Awkward, back away from the minivan. It happens. I have to drive minivans all the time. It's just the way it is. I got one coming in, and we got to do a ton of work on it, and you'll get to see the videos on our YouTube channel, show you what's going on. Things got more noises than a really bad LP, playing backwards at 78 speed. The family car myth. What people think they really need versus what they actually need. That's the topic this morning. So, hey, if you're working today, sucks to be you. I'm really sorry about that. Me too. We're working. We're shooting videos. Mondays are our day. That's our shtick to get our stuff done for the remainder of the week and keep the schedule going. Exactly. So if you're driving and listening or at home listening or whatever you're doing, probably private, right? But if it isn't, share it with us. Absolutely. Be part of the community. All right. So no onesies that look like cows. All right. I still cannot get that visual out of my mind in the Big W store. A whole family dressed in onesies with the cow udder, the whole package. And I'm like, how does this happen? Did you not check your gear before you left the home? Well, I guess it's a family thing, but anyways, each to his own. That's all right. I don't mind lima beans and Brussels sprouts and that weird stuff. And other people are like, ew, exactly. So, you know what? Each to his own. Well, thank you for letting me into your space this morning as I invite you into my own. And that can be a scary thing. You may need some therapy. And I don't think they're open today for Family Day, but you can probably get an appointment. Yeah, coming into my world can be very interesting. Certainly. All right, we should probably get our morning beverage ready. So if you're going through the drive-thru, double check your order. It is a holiday day, and things can happen more often at the drive-thru. So check your order, lock it down in your cup holder, make sure it's there, keep an eye on the road and the other guy. And if you're not traveling alone today, 16-pack of Crayola crayons and a folded-up leaf bag laptop, and keep your co-pilot awake and alert, because the world needs more alerts. I don't know what they are, but we need them. Yeah. Someone once gave me a sign. I had it up in the workshop on the Hamilton Mountain. The world needs more alerts. Be alert. Okay. My guys are going, Motormouth, what's alert? I don't know, but I'll get back to you. We're working on it feverishly. Anyhow, let's take a look at the morning weather brought to us by City Auto Sales and Leasing. Low mileage, quality vehicles at fair prices. And I'll tell you, Earl and Louise Grant, husband and wife team, they've been at it 25 years. They have a ton of resources. So if you're looking for a vehicle specific and they don't have it in their inventory inside the building or outside, they can find it for you. Be patient. They'll find the best of the best. That's how they've gotten the moniker Greater Toronto Area's premier pre-owned auto store. In-house leasing and also financing available. And remember, you can buy with confidence, be treated with nothing less than honesty and integrity. That's City Auto Sales and Leasing. And thank you to Rainbow Motors and Garage, the brothers up there in Scarborough, Rita and Ramiz Shanuda, taking great care of our Car Connection listeners for over 31 years on the radio, and they're here with us on the digitals. Sales and service you can trust. So they have a small car lot. Some of the vehicles qualify for extended vehicle warranty packages, and that is available to you. But you can purchase a vehicle there and have it serviced there. How cool is that? One-stop shop. They service all years, makes, and models, including and up to light commercial vehicles. Rainbow Motors and Garage, sales and service you can trust. Thank you to our certified financial planning professionals, Tony Miele and Larry Tetro, my brothers from other mothers. 50 years experience as financial planners, fiduciaries with IG Wealth Management. These guys, they don't need any more clients. But because they're tied in with me and they are my personal financial planners and have been for over 20 years, these guys are two of the best in all of Canada. No sales gimmicks, no pressure, sales, anything. You book an hour and a coffee, which we call the discovery meeting. And that's where you sit down and get to know one another by Zoom, by phone, in person, in the boardroom, at your home, in a coffee shop, wherever you feel comfortable. That hour and a coffee discovery meeting is available to you at no cost, and you can leave your wallet at home. No one's going to sell you anything. They'll review an investment portfolio, your debt load, estate planning, powers of attorney, getting that all set up properly. It's not a do-it-yourself thing, guys. Mortgages and life insurance and critical illness insurance. And you know what? I have all that set up with them. And you need to find out how to make sure with a financial plan, you need the 6 pillars put together. That's how your household needs to run. So if your way is still not working, guys or gals, this is a great way for you to move it forward early in 2026. Thank you to the Grimo family at Niagara Block, 5000 Montrose Road, Niagara Falls, building Canada since 1931, building and hardscape landscaping materials to help you create that backyard oasis that you've always wanted, that beautiful outdoor space where you can hang out with family and friends or just chillax on your own. That's what I do in the summer. I'm up early all the time, 4 a.m., and I like just sitting out back with a hot cup of coffee and a good book, or sometimes I'll just sit and listen and watch the birds coming into the backyard. And it's just, you know what? You can't put a price tag on peace of mind. So check in with the team at Niagara Block at 5000 Montrose Road, Niagara Falls. They can help you line up a landscaper that you can trust to get the job started, estimate it, and finish it on time. As long as the weather permits. I must throw that in there. Thank you to Total Freedom, Darien Center, New York. The Total Freedom campuses are for Canada and the U.S. If you or someone you know is struggling with an addiction, listen up during the rest of the program because there's a new life waiting for you at Total Freedom Addiction campuses. And there's a way that you can also, some of you can get involved, and it's very, very easy through our website. So stick around for that. Did I miss anybody this morning? Crystal Ridge Dream Center, serving men, women, single moms, children, meals every Tuesday and Friday out the door. And they feed the kids with the after-school program. They have tutoring, mentoring, helping them with their homework. There you go, moms and dads. You don't have to learn fractions and that stuff. Yeah, and algebra. Yeah. Isn't that like a fungus in the water, algebra? I'm not sure. It's probably why they kicked me out of class. But I'll tell you, in a time where community support is so crucial right now, Crystal Ridge Dream Center shines as a beacon of compassion and transformation. Visit them on our website. Take a look at how you could possibly get involved. Being a weekly, monthly, one-time donor, maybe even volunteering, because they're always needing volunteers because people retire out, they move away. But I'll tell you what, you talk to some of the volunteers there and you'll get excited because they're changing lives one at a time in the Niagara region. So let's get started this morning with our morning swiggy, and then let's take a look at the weather forecast for Family Day here in Ontario. So here's how we do it. Raise your cup of whatever is your favorite morning beverage. Could be a smoothie. I'm not sure, but it's okay. Whatever it is. On 3, 2, 1, we have a swiggy together, and we thank Niagara Block at 5000 Montrose Road, Niagara Falls, Building Canada since 1931 for supporting our Car Connection morning swiggy. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Yeah, baby, that's happening. That's good. Can we sneak another one, do you think? It is a holiday. Have a nice holiday. Here we go. I put that out there for my former ESPN producer. We were together for quite a few years. We had this thing going with the have a nice holiday. Yeah, it was fun. We had a lot of fun there, let me tell you. For 12 and a half years on ESPN with Car Connection. That was good times there. Very good times. Well, here's what we got for today, the morning and daily forecast for you. Remember, don't shoot the piano player. I don't pick the tunes, I only play them, all right? So I'm not the weather dude. I'm just the messenger. 26 degrees right now and cloudy. Feels warmer. It does. I've been outside. It's quite warm after the cold weather we've been experiencing. It's quite balmy out there today. 28 degrees. Feels warmer, about 28, I would say. Hazy conditions expected around 7 a.m. Today's temperature range is from 23 to 38 degrees. Feels like 25 to 32. I did see a little bit of precip. I'm not going to, yeah, so a high for today is 38. That's where we're going to get to. Yesterday, we had a balmy 43 with the blue sky and sunshine. Spent some time up in Port Colborne for a while. Very nice. Very nice. Sun, lots of sun, and it was cold there. Quite a bit colder than the hometown of Fort Erie on the South Shore here. 0.05 inches of rain for today. So, I know. We'll just ignore that, right? If we don't look at it, we won't know. That's right. Just leave it parked right there. All right, let's jump in. Yeah, we got a pretty cool topic this morning, I think. What do you think? What are you thinking? The family car myth. What people think they really need versus what they actually need. I've seen this for decades. And I can tell you some stories about people that have bought a vehicle, and you know what happens? They discover it's uncomfortable. They can't sit in the seat too long. It starts pushing on something going awry in their lower back, and their legs get numb. I've heard it all. And it's like, I don't know how to help you on that one, because once it's in your driveway, now you got a moral quandary or a conundrum, a K-nundrum, as we call it, with a capital K. What do? Now you own something. I remember a specific lady, her husband picked the vehicle out, and she goes, Nile, I cannot park this thing to save my freaking life. She was mad. I'm going, it's going to be okay. Here, have a cup of coffee. Black. Yeah, no sugar for you today. What do? And I've heard that from people, I thought I'd really like this car, but you know what? I'm finding difficult to back it up. It's got a blind spot I can't live with. It's awkward getting the kids out of their child seats. It's a little bit too high for me. So that's where we will do a program on, definitely. I'm not sure if I've done it already on YouTube. But anyways, everything we talk about here lives on our website. It's the biggest drawer in our toolbox for you to connect, to like and follow all the platforms that we're on. We got our YouTube channel there. It's growing tremendously. Thank you to those who are liking, subscribing, leaving a comment. That helps keep the ignition turned on and the engine fired up, because the sooner we get to monetization, the sooner we can implement the vision we've had for the channel right from the very beginning, and that is to look after the widows, orphans, and those who are financially struggling, keep their vehicles going and pay for the parts and put the labor in for free, and shoot a video to show you the work that we do, how we do it, why we do it. And you'll always learn the 5 things: what it is, where it is, how it works, how it breaks, and what are some of the basic automotive fundamentals that you could have picked up along the way through Car Connection and our Car Connection workshop to help you get a better understanding of your automobile, because that's where longevity comes in. We can keep that vehicle running for you as long as you want it, as long as we keep the structural integrity of that vehicle in top drawer condition. What does that mean in Motormouth language? Annual rust prevention with a product that works, and just keep doing it. For pennies a day, once a year, you get it blooped in what my friend Jillian calls the marmalade. Right, sister, if you're listening to this one? Yeah, the marmalade, and keep the structure tight. And she's the previous owner of the Rocket, the 99 Honda Civic, 2-door Honda Civic hatchback, 5-speed air conditioning. She bought that brand spanking new. She's been a listener of Car Connection for well over 30 years and followed my lead on the maintenance. In fact, I have the folder. Maybe we'll share that at some point. She looked after that car exactly how I was teaching on the radio, and it's in my hands. And I'm the next caregiver. I've had a few years now, and we keep the Rocket looking fabulous, absolutely fabulous. It was in its first car show last year, and the kids went nuts. They went, "Hey, mister, is that for sale?" "Not today. And if you lick it, it still doesn't mean it's yours. Take pictures, but don't touch it. It bites hard." So she did everything right. And now she has what she calls Mum Van. And that's suiting her better. She needed more room, a little taller. And guess what? She's looking after it exactly how she looked after the 99 Honda Civic DX. Rotating the pattern. Rotating the maintenance pattern. So all that is available to you on the homepage or website. On the top right-hand corner, all the links there. Point, click, and join. Our YouTube channel, Facebook, Instagram, Stevensvilleontheweb.ca. That's where my videographers created a website to pull the community and the business owners together, and done a fabulous job of that. They put us together a profile page. So you click on the businesses tab and look for Car Connection. You'll find us there. Also, iHeartRadio link is on the top right-hand corner, and our merch store. We've added 6 new products there, including, after 31 years on radio, our very own morning beverage cup. That really sounds wrong. I'm going to call it the coffee cup. So whatever your morning coffee is, you can get one of our limited edition Car Connection coffee mugs and put your morning beverage in and have a swiggy with us Monday through Saturday here for the Motormouth Morning Drive, 8 a.m. sharp. Also, you will see all the links. You'll see logos for the businesses that are a part of Car Connection, making this podcast available to you, as well as our YouTube channel and all the platforms that we're on. If it weren't for them, we wouldn't be here. So thank you for giving them your business, not the business, your business. Click on their logo. It opens their profile page, and all the profile pages are set up exactly the same, like in McDonald's. The toilets are on the right-hand side as you step through the door. Anywhere on the planet, our profile pages are set up exactly the same way. What you see on one profile page is how it's laid out on the next one. So thank you for that. When you purchase items in our store, proceeds go to help us help those struggling with addictions get to a total freedom addictions campus, Canada and the U.S. Let's help to get them there, okay? Do whatever you can. Whatever's on your heart. No pressure. But get in the store and buy stuff. Do it today. You can buy safely online. Order your size, your color, your thingy, whatever it is that you want. Some for your friends, your family. And be part of the Car Connection Motormouth crew. And show us your gear. Show us the gear that you purchased. And a big thank you to you for working alongside the crew, helping those struggling with addiction. Well, let's move into our topic this morning. I can't do this all day. It is not the shopping channel, just so you know. The family car myth. What people think they really need versus what they actually need. And one of the things I like to talk about when I've done programs and teaching on how to buy a used or a new vehicle, the best thing is a notepad and a pen. Yep. Or a crayon and a leaf bag. Whatever works for you. Or a Sharpie and a leaf bag. Write down all the vehicles that are of interest to you. Every single one. And people would ask me for years, hey, Motormouth, what should I buy? And I would give them I did all my homework and research and consumers reports and asking people that would bring their vehicles into the shop, hey, what do you like about this vehicle? Would you buy another one again? I've even had that conversation, I can't tell you how many times, at a gas bar, fueling up. Hey, you really like that vehicle? And they'll tell you. Just, that's the only question I have to ask. What do you like about it? And then when they're done, would you buy the same thing again? And listen. And that's how I formulated my top 10. So I'd go through all that research, R&D, without a donut and a coffee. I got ripped off on that one when I think about it. And you know what you'd do? I'd give you my list. And then you know what you'd do? You'd buy nothing on the list. None. Zero, nada, bupkis, zilch. You would go and buy what you're interested in. So I'm going, you know what? I'm not doing that research anymore. No coffee, no donut. Yeah, what am I, a bad donkey? Come on. So I'm like, okay, when you ask me, hey, Motormouth, what should I buy? What you like. But do your own homework. And what does that mean? That means just like the people that came into the shop, husband picks out a vehicle for his wife. She hates it. Like, I mean, with a big HATE, get this thing away from me. Yeah, kind of thing. Or I can't get the kids in and out. Like, what is it? A stinking monster truck that you got me? Like, it's too high. Like, I'm 5 foot nothingness. Yeah. You got to think about this stuff. So, minivans are objectively better family vehicles. It's true. My pops, my mom, when she was alive, they had minivans. And the last one was a Dodge Grand Caravan. And, they loved it right to the end, and they cared for it. And whoever got that vehicle from them was well maintained, including the body. And they got themselves a really good, solid ride, let me tell you. And they loved it because they'd go, they were snowbirds. They go south for a month or so in the winter, and they had their luggage hooks in there. The thing was set up like, man, that was happening. Had all their stuff hanging up inside there. They had Man, I'm telling you, it was decked out where the food goes and the freezers and the this and that. Sliding doors, low floor, cargo space, fuel economy. SUVs are marketing. Minivans are engineering. I love that comment. That is it to a T. SUVs are marketing. Minivans are engineering. People buy SUVs to avoid the minivan stigma. Eh? But minivans, they do make sense. But crossovers sell because of feelings. And here's where I'm going to say, I went from driving Ford Broncos, full size, not the little Buckaroo thing that they came out with, the Bronco 2. That was an embarrassment for all us mile high Bronco owners. And that's what I drove. I drove Broncos full size, and then I had an F-350. That was, I thought that's what I wanted. And I got a great deal on it. I bought it through a customer. The engine blew up. It had like a gajillion. It had almost 1 million kilometers on it, and the motor was, the diesel, 7.3 diesel was tired. It was over. She was singing. And I thought, well, I'll pick that up and I'll, put a motor in it. I have done a lot of service to it, regular maintenance. It was a meat mover, and I had a cooler on the back. And the people that owned it had like a butcher shop store, and it was on the road delivering meat all day, every day. And so when the motor was over, they called it. I bought it cheap and put a new motor in it. Just the block was, just the engine block itself was $6,000. I can't even say that. Yeah, we thought we could save it, and then I couldn't. I had the cylinder heads redone for it. Anyways, went through the whole motor, and the bottom end was done. It had cavitation. That's a story for another time. You do not need antifreeze in the motor oil. That's basically what it is. And so the motor was over. I had to buy a short block, $6,000. Anyways, I got this behemoth truck done, a 4-door, 8-foot box, dually, diesel, and I would get trapped in shopping malls all the time because this thing was the length of a school bus nearly, and people would pack around you like, you're driving an Austin Mini, and I couldn't get out. And I'd be sitting there, I'd walk and go and get a coffee somewhere, come back, sit in the truck, wait for those who are in there buying everything in the store and then some, and maybe the fixtures for them to come out so I could get out of the parking space. So that happened to me a number of times. I'm like, you know what? I'm not towing a trailer. I really don't need this thing. So that's when okay, you ready for it? And you can give it to me. I traded it in, took it to my good friend Mike Basil down in Lockport at Basil Volkswagen Toyota. He took it in on a trade. We did it all through a brokerage, and I got a 98 Honda CRV, one owner, 66,000 miles, well looked after. Yes, I took a lot from my fellas. Well, that's a really nice girly car, Motormouth, for you. You look cute in there. Thanks. But you know what? That little SUV, I could pack that thing with stuff and head out to a car show, to a fundraising event, move some furniture. I brought home, one time I brought home a dump box for my tractor, my John Deere tractor, Henry. It slid right in there, tongue and everything. It was a dump box. And even the customs guy goes, "What do you got in there today?" I go, "Oh, I bought this off one of my clients. They're moving and downsizing." And he goes, "Wow, that fits in there just perfect, doesn't it?" I go, "Yep, and that's going to be my apprentice around the yard." So anyways, he goes, "Well, enjoy yourself. Now you got a helper." And so it was amazing little ride. And it was amazing in the snow with snow tires on. It did have a blind spot, but I got used to it. But sometimes you can't. So here's what I tell you. Make that list. Honestly, sit down with a cup of joe or a smoothie, whatever it is, and write down all the vehicles, every single one that you're interested in. Okay? And once you do that, then that's when you want to go road test every single one of those vehicles. And the person that is going to be using it the most is the one that needs to road test. Are the seats comfortable? Can I wiggle this vehicle around and get it in and out of parking spots? Can I park it? Can I parallel park it if I have to on a side street? I'll do everything you would possibly do with it if you owned it. Can you see through all the windows? Is there a blind spot that's going to like torment you until you need treatment, therapy? I don't know. Depends on how tall you are. Are you taller, shorter? You know what? It's your size and how the vehicle fits around you that you've got to figure out. Then you can work on, your garb that makes you look cool behind the wheel. But SUVs, they're now creating these crossovers. So, I noticed they're sloping the roofs even more. And you know what it does? It shrinks the head space. And if you're somebody that's always hauling stuff like I am, seems like, always moving things. And you got to have that height to get the stuff in the back. And these wedge-shaped SUVs would definitely not work for me. Not. I mean, because once you get it in there, if you can get it in, then it opens up inside and it's taller. Like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. You wedge shape it, so I guess you look more aerodynamic. I mean, we're not running the Daytona 500 like yesterday. I haven't looked at the reviews on that yet. But anyhow, don't tell me who won. I always like to pick the top 10. I'm usually pretty good. Yeah, I think they need to, my opinion, no more restrictor plate racing, driver against driver, car against car. Let's go racing. That's it. Otherwise, it's like, the needle on a LP. Just drop the needle. It plays exactly the same every time. The needle doesn't move. Unless you scratch a song off that you don't like. Yeah. And it's your buddy's LP. I still like LPs. I really do. It's my shtick. Anyhow, you want to road test every single one of those vehicles. And every time you do, this is where I say a little dollar store notepad that you can hold in your hand, which is like not $1 anymore. It's like $2.25. Depending as you get a thick one or a thin one, ticky or tinny. And you keep that with you. Each page is a vehicle that you're road testing. On that page, you're going to put good, bad, and ugly on there. Things you don't like, things that'll deal breakers, or this is just a 0 with a line through it. No, not going to work for me. Worst thing you can do is buy on emotion. You look at the SUV and you see these crossovers and you go, yeah, that'll work. Then you're moving the kids in and out of the back seat and you realize that angled roof is not working for your forehead anymore. People are laughing because you have a pillow bungee corded around your forehead while you're getting the kids in and out of the back seat because you're fed up of banking your head on the roof line. Exactly. And you're keeping the headache tablet companies in business. And I say all that to say this. It ain't going to work for you. No matter what color it is, you know what? The neighbors don't care. Don't buy something to impress someone you don't even know and you may not even necessarily like. Yeah. Like, are they coming to your summer barbecue? No. Definitely a not happening thing. So, that's where you don't want to be. So again, minivan might just be your shtick. That might be it. That's the deal. You can get stuff in and out. You can get the kids in and out. It's not too tall. The seats aren't too bad. And you can see stuff, but you got to get used to the size. So that can be a problem. So last but not least, we'll wrap it up with this. What do you do then? Okay, after you've road tested, you don't listen to the salesperson because they're lying to you anyway. Yeah, they'll send me a bad green donut. I know it. But anyways, it's your deal. It's your money. It's what you got to live with. And you got to do your daily stuff, ladies. You know what I'm talking about. Moving kid mover, stuff mover, here, there, around the square. The thing never cools off. Yeah. And you're the one that's going to have to tootle that thing around and maneuver it around. And you got to be able to do that. So when you go to road test, you tell the salesman straight up, I need to know if this vehicle is going to suit me. I'm not here to buy today. I'm checking out everything I want to drive first. Be honest with them. Just say, I'm not here to buy, but I have a vehicle that your manufacturer has that I'm interested in. I don't know if it will work for me. I'm here to see if it will. When you get down to a short list, that's when you go back and re-road test. Then when you re-road test, you will remove some more off of your list of must-haves. Must have this. This one doesn't have it. That one does. So when you're down to your bottom 3, that's when you really need to road test that vehicle. That's when you say, I'm really interested in this, but I'd like to have it for a day. And then you use that vehicle like it's your own and do everything you would normally do with it so that you can find out, does it work for me or does it not work for me? Because once it's bought in the driveway and you're making payments on that sucker, it's all you. Because to get out of that, it's going to cost you money. And I can tell you a story about that. An older gentleman, and it cost him thousands. He only had the vehicle for a couple of weeks. That's it. Brand new. He lost thousands, but he could not deal with it. Back troubles, big time. So I leave you with that today. Enjoy your family day immensely. Get out there. Hopefully we won't see any precip, and you'll be well on your way to having a great day with the kids, the grandkids. But get out there, do something. Show us how cool you can look in your minivan or SUV. Shoot that over to us through an email. If you want to take a selfie, that's good. And we'll have some fun with that. Because you never know. That just might be your wheels, a minivan. So till tomorrow, we'll see you then bright and early at 8 a.m. We'll have another topic to discuss. I haven't picked out really what I want just yet, but I will at some point today. And we'll share that with you tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. right here on iHeartRadio and all the major platforms, Apple, Amazon, and the like. Wherever you pull your podcasts from, you can type in the search bar Car Connection Workshop, and yes, you will find us there. So make it a great day. Happy, healthy motoring, and we'll see you tomorrow morning for more of the Car Connection Motormouth Morning Drive. Make it a great day. Peace, patience, kindness always. We'll see you soon. Bye for now.